Hi everyone, I hope you're having a nice day today, whatever you're up to. So for today's video I wanted to talk about carers and needing care, especially when you're young and in your 20s. And just before I start, I had an idea for another video for my YouTube channel where I do a vlog on what I do with my PA, my personal assistant, also known as carer or enabler, things like that, so my PA. So I was thinking of doing a video going through the things that my PA does with me in a day. So if you like the idea of that video, put a yes or something in the comments if that's a video that you want to see, because I wanted to make that video just to demystify the idea of what sort of things PAs and carers do for people, because it's one of those jobs that people don't know too much about what a PA or carer does for somebody. So I thought that video would kind of possibly be something of interest to people. So I've had help from my family ever since I got ill when I was 21, and I'm 28 now, and I've had help from professional carers for around 4 or 5 years now. And yeah, it is hard. When I got to the point where I decided that I needed help from professional carers, it was quite a big decision, because I was really struggling with certain everyday tasks, and I was just struggling more and more, and it was like almost like letting go, and almost at first it felt like my illness and disabilities were taking more and more and more away from me. But then I found over the years, actually, carers make my life so much better, because when they help me, it takes away that struggle from me, and I do what I can, and they help me with the rest. So a bit further on in this video I'll talk briefly about the sort of things that I have help with, and if you do want to see that vlog of what my PA does for me in a day, then I can kind of do that another time. So yeah, when you're in your 20s and needing care, it's quite hard to admit and say to people, or even to yourself, that you need help with XYZ, because most 20-year-olds are able to do everything for themselves. And obviously not every person with a disability or chronic illness does require help from carers or help from friends and family. So for a long time I actually had to pay for my own care using my PIP, which is personal independence payments, and that's a little bit of money from the government to help you cover the extra costs that disabled people incur due to their chronic illness or disability. When I first started needing help from professional carers, trying to find an agency was an absolute minefield, because I didn't have any help with finding an agency. I didn't know what to look for in an agency, anything. But I had agency carers, and I had them twice a week for a couple of hours just to help me with whatever I needed help with. So I was getting to the point where I was struggling to get washed sometimes, or going out and just being able to just leave the house. So at that point I was more well than I am now, but I was struggling with things, and those agency carers just filled that gap. And over the years we did keep trying over and over and over again to get help from adult social care, and I did feel very let down by adult social care because I was really struggling. I needed a care package. I couldn't afford the amount of care that I needed, and I did get a care package eventually back in 2019, but then I went into hospital for 6 months. My care package never started, came out of hospital for 6 months, and then my care package got stopped, and then we went through the whole process of trying to get my care package back. So when I came home from hospital in Leeds, I went straight into shielding, so I didn't want to have carers come in because of coronavirus. But then when things started to get better, I decided that this time I would get a PA, a personal assistant, and having a PA was much better because it was just that one person who got to know me as a person but also got to know my needs, rather than agency where you don't know who's going to turn up and then you're having to explain everything, and it just gets really tiresome. So I had this personal assistant and she was fantastic. It did take me quite a while to actually find a PA. I had people apply for the job and then didn't turn up at interview or cancelled on the day of the interview. So yeah, it was quite draining, but I found my PA and she started working for me. That was, again, at the time that was private, and we was trying to get a care package, and then eventually where I am now I do have a care package, which is fantastic because it was getting to the point where financially I was really struggling, and it was like I need carers, but it was kind of like a financial strain, and it was really stressful because you can't not have carers, but you obviously need the money to have those carers. And then got my care package, and it wasn't as big as the care package that I got in 2019, but we're slowly building on it. So I've got a social worker, originally from the short-term team, who would just like assess me, and at the moment I have 2 hours a day, and that's 7 days a week. So when I got my 2 hour a day care package, and I'm not really going much in the timeline here, but I had my private PA for about just less than 3 months, and then I got my care package, and then I initially had a agency doing my care package, and that was absolutely horrendous. It lasted just over a week. That was how bad the care agency was. It was just the worst time in my life. And so I just said to my social worker at the time, look, this just can't go on. I can't cope with this agency. Can I please have PAs? And then I was approved to have PAs, and thankfully my amazing PA that I had privately has come back and works for me. She does Monday to Friday, so at the moment I'm trying to find a weekend PA, but yeah, I've got a fantastic PA, and I pay a contribution towards my care, but it's not as much as having a private PA, so it's not as financially stressful. And so some of the things that my PA helps me with, and this is quite difficult to actually share with you, but I think I need to say what I need carers for, because I'm sure that there's plenty of other people in their 20s and 30s that have PAs that have the same needs as me, and it's about not being embarrassed to say, like, I need help with getting a bath and washing my hair, and like, I can't do those things myself. I physically cannot do those things, so I am completely reliant upon somebody to do my basic needs. Sometimes if I'm having a really bad day, I need my PA to physically feed me because I can't hold a spoon, or the bowl is too heavy for me to hold. And what's really good about having a regular PA who comes in every day is that they get to know my needs, so they know that to put the blind down when I'm kind of having a little bit of a rest after a bath because I'm tired out after having a bath, and that when I'm in pain I need a hot water bottle making and to make me drinks and ensure that I've got enough fluids and that I'm having enough to eat. My PA takes me to appointments and she helps me with anything that I need help with, basically. So because of my immune system, she ensures that everything's cleaned. She will give me my emergency medication. She will deal with my seizures. She will help me with communication. She will help me with my memory. Literally everything. My life. I'm so, like, I'm very, I would say I'm very independent, but at the same time I very much do need my PA for a lot of things. And I think if I did do that vlog with my PA, it would give a really good insight into what she does for me. As well as having a PA that is provided by Adult Social Care, I also have my dad and stepmom, and my dad and stepmom have provided a lot of care ever since I did become unwell when I was 21 and had to come home from university as a result of my health. So my dad and stepmom deal with my seizures. They ensure that I've had something to eat. They ensure that I remember my medication. They give my medication to me. They will give me my emergency medication. They will, I don't know, even just little things like extra laundry that you go through, and picking up prescriptions, or giving me a hand with something that I can't do myself, or if I ever fall, or if I have a dislocation or subluxation, they can help me with that. So yeah, they help me with all sorts, just like my PA as well. But the thing is that my PA is paid, whereas my dad and stepmom, they go to work and they also look after me. But if they were to give up work and be my full-time carers who are a full-time carer for a family member or a friend, Carers Allowance is a ridiculously small amount of money that they receive, and I just think that friends and family who are carers for family members or friends are just so good, because they do an amazing job and they fill so much of the gap that is within adult social care. And also having a PA every day of the week for my family, they know that I'm in safe hands, that I'm going to get looked after, and I am so thankful and I am so grateful that I now have a care package, and it just feels like yeah, it's just like a weight's being lifted, because I don't have to fight anymore for that care package that I've fought for so long. I do think that we need to kind of praise the work that carers, both paid and unpaid, do, because they make such a massive difference to people's lives. Because people like myself, if we didn't have anyone around us, family, paid carers, we would just be laid in bed just struggling, basically. And I think that carers, again, paid and unpaid carers, need more recognition for the work they do, and that's another reason why I'm making this video, because I wanted to highlight the importance of carers. And my PA loves her job because she can see how much of a difference what she does helps me. Like, she enjoys coming to work, and I joke that you're going to get sick of seeing me because she sees me every day of the week now. But yeah, she can see that just how, like, getting in a bath when I'm in a lot of pain, and how much that just, I just love just being able to just have a nice hot bath, and that's not something I can do without my PA, because I like to have that boundary. I mean, my dad and stepmom will do whatever they can for me, but I like to have that boundary where my family are my family with a little bit of caring, because obviously if I have a seizure or a fall, they can't just leave me and go like, oh, we'll wait till your PA comes to work. But yeah, I've totally rambled. This is why I need to plan videos. There needs to be more acknowledgement of the role carers play, and I think there needs to be more awareness of young people who need carers and have carers. And I think as well, for me it's important to have a carer around your own age, just because it's more relatable. I mean, like with my PA, we get on so well, but on a professional level. So I rambled on enough, so I'm going to leave the video there. If you do want to see that vlog on what me and my PA get up to, just so you can just get an idea of the kind of things that PAs do, leave that in the comments below. And thank you to everyone who subscribed to my channel, especially new subscribers. If you want to keep up to date with new videos and you haven't subscribed, click subscribe, and hopefully see you in the next video. Bye for now.